Hey, Justin Popovich here from Tools for Motivation. In this video, I've got a recommendation for you for one of our partners named Alice Seba from Publish for Prosperity, and I'm going to get into what her offer is because it's quite unique and there's a special opportunity in a short window to get a really good deal on it. But then beyond that, what I want to do is actually use Alice's offer here as an example to discuss with you and maybe highlight some ideas for you about how to think about done for you or private label rights content beyond what's just presented to you on the screen. Because a lot of people get locked into thinking, well, I see this offer, there's an ebook for sale and I can rebrand it as my own and sell it. And that's all they think about. But really, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do when it comes to pre-made or done for you or licensed content. So this is a good opportunity for us to kind of discuss, do a little bit of behind the scenes here. So on the screen right now, this is an offer from Alice for her Done For You monthly newsletter club. I'm not going to go into full highlights of it because I'll have a link somewhere for you to actually look at it yourself. But I want to point out some key features here. So with this particular offer, what Alice and her team have built is basically this. It's a newsletter club where every month you're going to get 4 done for you newsletters. There's going to be a variety of designs. Now these newsletters are personal development or self-help in nature. So each issue of the newsletter has kind of motivational style advice. But when you open it up as the PLR buyer, you're going to see opportunities for you to rebrand this stuff, to inject your own stories or articles or tips and advice, promotional material, and so on. So it acts as a template, but it also has a lot of content that's ready to go. And then there are additional articles as well. So each of the newsletters has 2 articles for a total of 8, because you're getting 4 newsletters with 2 articles. Then you're going to get 8 bonus articles as well, and then a whole bunch of graphics. So you can kind of see here the layout. Every month you're going to get these 4 different newsletters. Okay, so that's just at a high level what it is. I'm actually going to show you behind the scenes really quick what this looks like. So this is what it looks like here. This is their December newsletter offer. So you get, let's pop it open here, 4 different newsletters in 3 different colors, blue, green, and red. Each of the newsletters has 2 featured articles in it. So here's what one of them looks like right here. Okay, so you get this newsletter. It's a Microsoft Word template that Alice's team has designed. So you can see here, it's got stuff like put your company name and address and so on. And then you can just kind of, I did a little update here. See, Tools for Motivation monthly update. And then this space is reserved for a personal message. So you get the idea that these templates are kind of ready to go. And then this one's got very specific tips about becoming more independent. That's the first section of the newsletter. And then learning from criticism is the second part of the newsletter. And then you can just see here there's additional templates. Here's a page where you can add some of your own commentary. Here's a section for you to put an announcement or a promotion. And then what you can do is save and export this as a PDF. And now you have a little newsletter that you can distribute via email or something you could publish on your social pages. You could export this in several different formats, really, whatever suits your marketing and the way that you want to engage with your customers. But the idea here is that there's a lot of pre-built material that if you only think about it in terms of, okay, well, Alice's team has built this newsletter, how can I publish it as is? That's just one option. But actually, if you look at the PLR product behind the scenes, let's actually walk through it here and start brainstorming how this may benefit you in other ways as you start publishing content, as you do more marketing to try to spread the word about your expertise, your business, maybe the courses that you offer or the books that you have for sale. Who knows what it is? Each one of us has our own expertise in the way that we want to deliver that to the world. So look inside of Alice's product here, okay? I've already talked about the newsletters. Then we've got just the articles themselves that are in the newsletters. So there's 8 articles in total here. Each one of these is just a Word document. So what are the titles? How to be authentic, happiness is a state of mind, steps for success as a peak performer, being more mindful, being independent, learning from criticism, being more likable, and dealing with change. So those are the 8 featured articles across the 4 newsletters. And then there are the extra articles. So as an example, you take one of Alice's pre-done newsletter templates here and you want to extend on it. Maybe you want to have 3 articles in that newsletter instead of 2. Well, now you've got these additional 8 articles to pull from. Here's one on affirmations, being honest, building trust, leadership. There's more. I'm not going to go through all of them. But just in this one monthly download, because she's going to be distributing these every single month. What you see in this package is what you'll get every month if you decide to join her club. So you have a total of 16 articles to work with here. Okay, so think of the newsletters themselves as an asset for your business, right? So you have three themes of these guys, but it's actually 4 newsletters for a total of 12 templates to work with. But then you also have, in terms of your asset base, content assets, 16 articles. Now those articles can come in handy in a variety of different ways. Sometimes you just need a segment of an article to pull out and use as a starter for an email broadcast. If you're anything like my business, we do email marketing on an almost daily basis, 5, 6, 7 times a week. We're sending email broadcasts to our list, and we want to stack a lot of value into those. We don't just push out sales messages every day into our email marketing. We try to include lots of value. Tips like this video right now, whether you buy Alice's offer or not, you could watch the video I'm creating for you right now and at least get some ideas on how to use other PLR you may have purchased from us, right? So how can you take advantage of PLR to do the same thing? These articles will come in handy, right? And I could come in here right now and grab this article here on the characteristics of a great leader and just pull out 3 or 4 of these points about awesome communication skills, above average decision-making skills, master delegator. I could grab those 3 points, put them up on my social media page, and use them as discussion points for just to get a thread going with my community and my followers. If I have a private group or a fan page or whatever, that's just another little sample idea of how a piece of PLR like this could come in handy for you. Okay, so you've got the newsletters, you've got the articles, but then you also have these images. If you remember, the newsletter templates themselves have these images inside of them. So you can see this one of the lady kind of standing, contemplating life, looking pretty positive. There's another person thinking about the future. These images have all been kind of curated into a folder for you here. See, there's a royalty-free commercial use images. And if I scroll through them all, they're great quality graphics that I may want to use in other aspects of my business. As an example, maybe I'm writing a new blog post. And in that new blog post, I'm going to pull from 3 or 4 of these articles that Alice has built for me. Okay, but I'm going to build a completely unique blog post by curating content from several of these articles. Now I've got, let's say, a 500-word blog post ready to go, unique, by pulling that content out. In that blog post, I might want to have a blog header like this. And if, let's say, I'm going to call the title of the blog post Ways to Feel More Optimistic About 2020. Okay, I can use this image. I can bring this image into PowerPoint and then lay over the title of my blog post on top of this graphic and export that as a JPEG file to use as my blog header, right? So I've got another asset, another piece of content, this image from Alice, to use in other ways as a blog header. Or maybe I do the exact same thing and take that blog post and put it into a report that I'm going to publish as a PDF. The report itself could have the same image at the top with my little title inside of the image and then the text below that I've just built by curating those articles from Alice. I'm just kind of freestyling ideas here to show you that even when you buy a PLR package like the one Alice has here, where it is specifically designed newsletters, right, with different formats, articles within, once you actually download that PLR content and you start looking behind the scenes here, you actually have Word documents with great advice, personal development advice contained within inside each one of them, 16 in total. You've got images here. They've actually built some quotes graphics here as well. So you can see there's some affirmation graphics. Let me pop one of them open here. Right? So you've got all this content to work with over and above just what's displayed here on the sales page. And that's my point, is every time you purchase done-for-you content, private label rights content, there is what's presented to you on the sales page and the kind of the suggested usage of it. But then there's all this other stuff that goes on behind the scenes where if you get creative in your marketing and you want to do a lot of different types of content-based marketing, then the PLR itself in its source folder here becomes a huge source of potential assets for you to use in your business. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm also going to include a link to another video that I've created. It was actually part of a webinar that I delivered where I talk about organizing your PLR content into logical structures and folder formats on your hard drive so it's easy to find and pull out as you need it. That lesson will come in handy when it comes to using stuff like this newsletter package to keep your mind sharp in terms of where to find stuff, how I'm going to use it, how I may plan to use it in the future. But the whole point of this video is to just show you that you can get very creative, especially when you find great deals like the one Alice has here, where there's like a one-time payment option. You pay $97 and you're going to get months and months of newsletter content. The longer you stay, the more that you're saving. So for example, it's a $97 offer. If you download her newsletter content for the next 12 months, you've paid $8 a month for 16 articles, a whole bunch of graphics, these affirmation posters, and you're getting this stuff every single month with new topics, new ideas. It's an $8 investment per month. If you try to go and outsource a single article for $8, you're not going to find a writer who's willing to write you an article for $8. So that's how you want to think about PLR, is how it can become a reusable asset for you and your business. So hopefully this helped. If you have any questions about this or want to learn more and need some more direction, we've got tons of other training videos. Just reach out to us at our help desk. We can point you in another direction to give you some additional training material. Hope you like this. Thanks very much for watching.